Salve, and welcome to another edition of Interview with a Banner. Just this time around, behind the mask of Bloodcrow Aurora. Enjoy. So, here we are. Who are you?
Who are you?
I'm many things.
Damn.
I'm many people. Anyway, introduce yourself to the folks.
Hi, my name is Khloe and I play Bloodcrow Arora.
So
everyone's favourite spooky person.
You've brought a little thing to show everyone, just so they know who you are.
This is my face. And by face I mean muster of hair.
That is
It's a lot of hair.
That is a lot of
It's
hair.
like detachable because of how big it is. Like, I'll show you, ready? Dun, 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 dun.
Oh
it
my...
comes in two parts.
What is this witchcraft?
It's called you can't attach this much hair to the mask without the mask going, ah.
Well, okay, that's inside secrets right there.
Yeah.
Alright, so we're doing an interview with Banner. So let's start off with, so talk to me about you, the person behind the mask. How did you get into LARP?
So I cosplayed since I was like 15, so a long time ago. And I'd always like seen it and never kind of been like accessible to it, because I feel like with LARP, unless you know someone that like does it, even if it's just like through a friend or whatever, you kind of don't get into it. And so I didn't touch it for a while, and then I did a photo shoot in Chiselhurst Caves. Okay. And obviously they run a LARP there called Labyrinth. Yep. And they were like, oh, we're doing like a beginner session tomorrow, do you want to come along? And I was like, sure. So I went along wearing, I think it was my Dark Brotherhood cosplay. It looked terrible, fell apart. Don't ever wear a cosplay as LARP armor, it doesn't work. And I kind of really liked it, but their system's like a Dungeons and Dragons kind of thing. It's very numbers based. Yeah, and it was fun. Like, I made friends from it, and I was doing it like every couple of weekends. But I was like, eh. And then I moved out of London, and it became a lot harder to get to it, because it was like a 3-hour train journey, and you have to be there for like 8 AM. Oh god, that's too bad. Yeah. No. I'm not awake till like 12, so. Okay. And then I worked with a guy, really cool guy, big beautiful nerd, a guy called Dari. And he was like, oh, I do this system called Empire, you should come along sometime. And I was like, oh, maybe. And then, I think it was 2017, E4, he was like, come along with me, because I'd been through some stuff. And I was like, you know what, fine. I bought my LARP kit that I'd made for Labyrinth, and it was not on brief for anything. But I was like, no, it's fine. That's how LARP works, right? And so I went along, I had a really good time, met loads of people, and I was like, cool, this is cool. And I kind of had the gap between like E4 and E1 to kind of like read up about the system and kind of change my character a bit and kind of make my kit a bit more sort of like Wintermark Draugery. Okay, I think I've seen pictures of it. It's very dark. You put like contacts in as well, and I played a Draugr and I wanted my lineage to come through the eyes and the skin. Okay. So I had white skin, but I did it with like foundation rather than face paint, so it looked a bit more. I mean, you are pretty pale as it is. Right, mate, leave it out. Okay. Okay. You know, if you get like a tan as a goth, they like get rid of you and you lose your goth powers. Do you lose your goth card? Yeah. Okay. I almost lost it when I went away. They were like, whoa, hold on a second. You've got to tan. You look alive. What were we saying? So we were talking about your Wintermark and how. Oh yeah, my Wintermark character, and I had a really good time. I was in Wintermark for 5 events, and I had a good time, but I played a very silly character. Yeah. And as fun as it was, I was like, you know what? I feel like I can do a little bit more than this. Mm-hmm. And then I was like, what nation do I like? And I was like, ooh, orcs. They're cool. And I was like, I can make some really spicy kit for this. Yeah. And I then started talking to like the relevant people, and then E1 of last year, I was like, that's where I'm gonna go. What's up? My name's Aurora. So, I do stuff. I do stuff. So Aurora is the character that most people will know you for now. What archetype is Aurora? How did you build? Shaman. The archetype is shaman, but she also does like winter ritual. But she also fights like. She's an orc of many talents. Okay. She does like multiple things. Her main thing is like, you know, I think I've got maybe 2 or 3 points in winter. Maybe. I probably should know this. But like I do like rituals with my coven, but I've also been into a couple of battles. I've not been into all of them for like, you know, sometimes I've just not been feeling it, or I've been like, I don't want to die. I like being alive. And it's not, my main reason for LARPing isn't the fighting side. Like, I enjoy it, but I enjoy the role-playing side. Yeah. So sometimes me not going into battle has, like, consequences of roleplay or things like that, or just not feeling it or whatever. Yeah, so
when you were building Aurora, how did you picture in your head of at least how you wanted it to start?
I had a completely different idea. Like, I was gonna go for like black skin, black hair, all black hair, like Tonks.
Like Tonks, yeah.
But obviously would not have been as cool because Tonks is really cool.
It is pretty good.
But like, my idea was to go for like red hair, black and like this weird goth thing, and then I kind of really like obviously because I was still quite new to the system, I didn't understand that obviously there are banners with the orcs and your kit kind of goes, you know, wall skirt wraps, but kind of is more general to how your banner looks rather than just like generic orc kit.
Yeah.
So I then started talking to the right people and I kind of decided, hey, Bloodcrows, they look like they're cool. Like I kind of like the story behind them. They're sort of like shamans. They're sort of very tribalistic and sort of like, I'm trying to think of the right words. Like they're just sort of very like tribal and like naturey and sort of like, but they're also kind of ritually and sort of like voodoo-y, but like without being like evil in a sense or bad.
Okay. And
I was like, I like the aesthetic, it's cool, and I like the background because we're like Druge kind of background, and I was like, oh, that's cool. So I decided to go with Bloodcrow, and then I started talking to LARP Dad Matt about stuff, and he was really, really useful and gave me loads of really cool tips about kit. And then I kind of like started reading into like the shaman, and I was like, oh, I could play like a really, because my original plan was to play this like really angry, like grumpy shaman, and I was like, I want to be angry. I want to be silly. And then it kind of, then the whole like, well, why don't I play like shaman craziness, but like to the max, like proper like.
Yeah, you've definitely got that.
Is it because I talk to a stick?
It is. Would you like to tell the fine watchers of this?
So, I mean, should I explain the reason why I have it, like the OC reason?
Yeah, by all means.
I suffer with, well, not so much now, but I suffer with really bad social anxiety. So sometimes I'll get into situations in LARP and I don't know what to do. And so I was like, well, why don't I just get a staff, because staffs are cool, and it's sort of like a shimmy thing, but I'll talk to the staff and I don't know what's going on, and I can kind of like control my anxiety that way, but it also plays off the like crazy charmer vibe. So I have a stick called Debbie, who is the love of my life.
She's the love of many, many people's lives.
I just called it Debbie as like a joke, and then I was like, you know what, like I'll play it and we'll see how it goes. And like now everybody talks to my stick, and it's like, okay, Debbie's a real person now.
Yeah.
So yeah, Debbie is like a it's a sheep skull that like I found on Facebook for like £8 or whatever, and I was like, oh, and I got it, and I totally did not chop down a tree that was in my garden.
Okay.
You know, I stained it, sanded it, and it's a big scary stick, like it's about 6 foot tall.
Yeah.
He's a big boy.
Yeah, Debbie has got some height.
She girthy.
She girthy, okay.
She a big boy.
Right, okay.
And then I kind of like, because my kit has lots of jangles, like my kit is very, I don't know, collective. I don't know, there's just so much rubbish on it.
Your kit is definitely one of those ones where you look and you go, wow, they've really put time and effort into it. I mean, I remember when I first joined the Orcs and just scrolling through the pictures that were there, you would put up a set of pictures that you'd done, and it was really remarkable. It was kind of just like, wow, it's a lot of time and effort gone into it, and it really did look nice.
I to be fair though, I did spend a very long time making my kit. I think I had decided like almost a year before I actually did play my orc that I wanted to be an orc, so I had put a lot of time, and I did like a couple of designs, and then I was showing them to like other Bloodcrows and be like, what do you guys think? Like obviously I want to be on brief and I want to match you guys because I would like nice kit.
Yeah.
And it's something that as a cosplayer I really enjoyed making stuff, and I'd made a couple of bits out of leather before, but not too much. Like I'd done some stuff for a Fallout cosplay, some stuff for a Skyrim cosplay, and then was like, okay, what else can I do with this? And then I kind of made it, and then I did the player event, made some adjustments, made the war dress, and then kind of come E1, I was like, cool, I'm really happy with my kit. And then obviously when I made Debbie, because Debbie came along around E2.
Yeah.
I think.
I think I've always known you to have Debbie.
Yeah, I think I didn't have her at E1. I think it was an E2 thing.
Yeah.
And I kind of, it sort of matches. Like I use the same fabrics because I have a lot of like bones. Like even in my hair, I have like a spinal bone in the hair, and like yeah, I'll show it to you. Like there's a.
Is there bones in?
Yeah, there's bones in the hair.
Wow.
Like, there's lots. Yeah, chicken bone.
Chicken bone, KFC. Yeah.
But yeah, there is a hip bone in here somewhere.
Okay.
There's probably like a whole life like environment in here. There's more hair than
Has its own ecosystem.
I honestly would not be surprised. It's in there somewhere. It's lost to the gods now.
Okay.
But yeah, there's lots of stuff. There's like these as well, or these little like bead things, and they're all on my kit and stuff. So I tried to like make it all really consistent, so Debbie kind of matches my kit. Yeah. Because she has like bones coming off of her and.
But it does fit really nicely, and it gives like a really great aesthetic for the character, and you do look the part.
Thank you.
And that's the main thing. So you briefly kind of touched on it, of kind of like why you went to the Bloodcrows. Talk to us about the Bloodcrows, because we haven't had anyone on this channel yet talk about the Bloodcrows. They're quite a big family, aren't they? Really?
Yeah, there's like 20 of us now, I think, and like I haven't been an orc for that long, so I don't know a massive amount about like my banner's history yet, because I haven't played an orc long enough to know. Like I know sort of like what I've been told, but I'm kind of learning as I'm LARPing. Yeah. So I'm still learning about Empire's system, and I'm still learning about how winter magic works, and I'm still learning about orc history and like all this kind of stuff, because it's kind of fun. Also, I play a really young character. Like I think I'm like 19 now, maybe 20. I might have had a birthday. Who knows?
Do orcs have birthdays? Maybe.
I feel like it'd have a way cooler name. It's like...
What, than birthday?
Yeah, like Life Day.
Celebration Day.
They'd be name days, wouldn't they?
Name days, there you go. From the person off camera. Name days. Thank you, man off camera. So yeah, the Bloodcrows.
Yeah, so the Bloodcrows, so like, the way they kind of is, they're very sort of like tribal and like ritual, and like, you can't become a Bloodcrow, you're born a Bloodcrow, or you marry into the Bloodcrows. Okay. And they're sort of this sort of like, we all are very, very close knit banner. Yeah. Like all of us are very tight, and so when we do lose someone, it's like horrible. Yeah. And we're all sort of like shaman based, because obviously like if I remember rightly, it was the shaman called Fenrak who started off the Bloodcrows.
The man off camera is nodding his head.
And if I remember right, we're sort of like Druji ancestry and stuff like that, and we're First Legion. But yeah, like as a banner, like everyone, OC I have a really good relationship with, like I'm friends with everybody, we're all really friendly with each other. And IC as well, like there's a lot of times where we'll stand by each other for stuff, and we'll help each other out with stuff, if it's like resources or just like help or, you know, advice and things like that. Yeah. And, you know, we're all in doing different parts as well, like, you know, we've got some priests, we've got Yaga, who's bone set for the nation.
I believe. Yeah?
Or have I just made that up? Or?
You may have made it up. The man off camera is not quite sure.
So Yargol is definitely bone setter for the nation. Whether he's actually bone setter for the nation is a bit contentious.
Okay, touch on the note though.
We did. Thank you, man off camera.
But like, you know, we've got winter magic, we've got summer magic, we've got, you know, the general of the First Legion is a Bloodcrow. Yep. They're Morgul. So it's sort of like, we all do a lot of different stuff, but then today we are very like sort of tight-knit.
Yeah, I mean, it was one of the things that I noticed straight away from the get-go with the Bloodcrows is that, yes, there is a lot of you, but it is, you all work extremely well together. There doesn't feel like there's anyone within your banner that pulls in a different direction. It seems like it's all very one...
We all like pull our weight, so like everyone is doing something. Like, you know, some people are up here, some people are doing that, and it's so cool to watch everyone in my banner doing stuff and like, you know, like building these awesome characters and like building character development and like all of the stuff. Yeah. And I apologise how badly I've described this. I probably get told off by someone, but I'm sorry, I tried. And it's really cool to see, because everyone does stuff, and like, you know, we actually have like really cool debates with each other about stuff, and like big issues come up, and we'll sit and go, right, what we're gonna do this as a banner. Yeah. Is everyone okay with doing this? And as well, like, everyone that plays Bloodcrow is awesome. Everyone's super lovely and friendly, and like, there have been times where I've been having a really bad time at an event, and like, they've come through for me, and they've been like, you know, just giving me a hug, or like making sure I'm alright, and things like that. And it's awesome, like, as well, like, if someone needs like a bit of kit, or, you know, somewhere to stay, like, we'll offer it up for each other, like, you know. Yeah. The orcs in general are quite close, but the Bloodcrows are like a proper little family. You can see, and I think that's why the roleplay as our group as well works so well, is because like OC rules on such a good friendly level with each other. Yeah. So they're a cool banner, and I'm really glad to be part of them as well, actually, because I feel like if I had maybe like not been an orc or gone to another banner, I wouldn't have managed to get the play that I have, and like all that kind of really cool stuff I've got to experience and learn and stuff. So I'm really grateful for them having me.
Well, that's going to be it for part 1. So we will see you in part 2. I do that. You don't dab. No, there is no dabbing on this channel.
It's not even a proper dab. It's like a weak man dab.
See you in the next one. Bye-bye.